so well known, like a double exponential or a shifted exponential, something like that. So these are not pretty well known, but if you know these things, then it will take less time for you to solve questions in JAM. So that will be helpful. So try to memorize as many quantities like expectation variances for these unknown type distributions. That would be helpful, as I believe. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's fine, more or less.
Yeah. So, what do you think about those corresponding, for example, while teaching, I face this following issue. Like, people may need to remember the MLEs. So, people do need to remember the MLEs and the like
Yeah.
corresponding like MOM stuff, or they can just like do it during the exam. What do you think? What exactly do you
Yeah.
suggest your students to correspondingly remember during the exam? What are the things that they should remember, and what are the things that they should like just keep it in their mind as a logical stuff? What do you
Okay,
suggest?
so as far as I've seen in problems coming in JAM, I don't think that you need to memorize MLEs or say the Cremada lower bound, for example. You don't need to remember that for every possible distribution. That is just meaningless, right? So
Okay.
basically, you should be well conversant with the generic stuff, like in real analysis, for example, in the chapter of sequences and series. So you should be well conversant with various tests for the convergence of series, right? Uh, like the sufficiency criteria for a series or a ratio test, root test. You should be conversant with those, so that you don't panic during the exam by or need to find or devise a technique there itself, right? So you need to save time.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense. So, so as we have discussed in the last corresponding session, as far as I remember, that 60 marks is a good marks this time. So do you stick in that decision, or do you want to make some extra suggestions for your students to home?
with the corresponding increasing trend of marks in the previous 2 3 years, I
Mm-hmm.
should suggest that you should keep a score beyond 60, over 60, to be safe. Basically, the competition is growing day by day, right? So it is more or less safer to be on the 60 plus side. Otherwise, I think 57, 58 up is still good. Okay, you can bag a rank within 50, but to be more on the safe side, you should score above 60.
That makes a lot of sense. Another question that people have been asking me personally, that corresponding what are the topics they should be quite focused on. For example, someone asked just now that. So I think if they focus on this, as I think if you can do this, the following. After talking to Shoham, also I felt that you can like make a cheat sheet of all the results in real analysis and I think statistics. So I have given a notes in consistency and those stuff. So you can make similar about that stuff in statistics and real answer and probability. I think these three are the most important
Yeah,
like places. So what do you suggest, Shoham?
yeah. And also try to explore as many distributions as possible, and
Yeah, yeah.
also as many families as possible, so that you can know what are the sufficient statistics, what are the complete statistics for those families, because it's
Yeah.
tough for you to verify those in the exam itself. Right.
Yeah, so he's actually suggesting you to like make a sheet and cheat sheet of
Yeah.
those ideas. So it
Yeah.
will also be an exercise for you. And also, I was
Yeah.
receiving a lot of questions based on out of the syllabus topics like convergence probability and various
Okay.
other stuff. I think please just avoid those topics because those. So JAM will not ask you really really deep questions. They will ask you superficial questions which that requires your knowledge.
Yeah.
Try to understand like the go in the minds of the jam people, okay, so that you can crack that stuff easily. Do out of the box, out of the syllabus questions during this 1.5 weeks, and you can revise the questions. If you have given a bronze course, it's fine. If you're not, you can must have given mock test somewhere else. So you must be revising those questions as well, so that you can like get an idea of how to solve this problem. And most importantly, I should go through all the past papers of like IIT jam so that like I think that's a like important way to like so what I personally did is like since I have also not given IIT jam I like directly I'm doing masters in statistics. So what I personally felt while solving myself the IIT jam questions, that as a student I think that if you see the suppose you take 3 topics, okay, you can divide in 3 days, and if you see the statistics question, you will see a just a pattern of ideas, okay. For example, in if you see a test of hypothesis problem, it's of 2 types. It's like either you calculate the corresponding like errors, power and beta, power and level alpha, and say you calculate alpha plus beta or alpha minus beta, whatever it is. You can get this type of questions on basic hypothesis testing. You get another type of question just on Neyman-Pearson lemma, okay. And you get another type of questions on just on, I mean, I'm just telling for hypothesis testing, another type of questions just from likelihood ratio test, and I had 3 to 4 type of questions come, and last type comes just on based on the ideas of what should I say, that Kerlin-Rubin test, okay. I mean the less than equal to composite hypothesis as well as composite null hypothesis as well as alternate hypothesis. So this type of 4 questions type comes, right, Shoham? What do you suggest?
Yeah. And more or less the pattern of the paper is almost say 80% is just routine stuff, and 20% requires some kind of a trickery. Okay.
Exactly. So the tricks, I will tell one trick. I actually Hemant knows because he attends the class regularly. So here I think we have done these questions like where that's why I made a video on that the relationship between gamma, beta, chi-square, exponential. This came in 2020 or 19 in 3 questions, okay. One for hypothesis testing to find the corresponding test statistics and like rejection criteria. Other for the same problem in different estimation problem. And that came just as a like just same idea, okay. So please, this relationship is really important for you guys. So try. So my personal suggestion is that if I were a student in your position, I would have done the following. I would have picked up the past year question papers and mock test in 3 different sections, okay. So we would have picked up. Hello guys, there are a lot of people over here. What we are discussing is that how we can distribute this last 15 days, or not 15 days, maybe 10 days, 9 days before the exam. So what I think is that you can divide in 3 sections: probability, statistics, and real analysis. So for statistics, what you can do all the past year papers of corresponding IIT JAM from the beginning, okay. And what you can then do is that you can see all the type of questions that comes. Take hypothesis testing, test estimation problem, and you have various type of pattern ideas among this, okay. Like pattern of questions. So you can try to understand what pattern of questions comes. For hypothesis testing, I told 4 type of questions comes, right? You can similarly do estimation problem. One is complex sufficiency comes, another is unbiasedness comes, another is Cramer-Lowe lower bound type comes. So you can see these questions for the last papers and try to understand the pattern, okay. I think that's a very good like I should have followed that as a student. Shom, what do you think about this?
Yeah, basically, I don't think that the inference questions are that much are of that much depth, but definitely you should by now know the definitions of say type 1 error, type 2 error, and all. Because I find that in the questions of JAM, they basically ask you some fundamental quantities, nothing else. So you don't have to ponder about the question for long. Unless you don't know the particular distribution or a particular result or a relation between 2 distributions, as you have already suggested. That and also an important fact is that you should know how to convert or how to transfer a random variable from one distribution to another, as we have already talked about in classes, that you should know about all possible transformations of a random variable.
So can you give some examples, Shom, because there are many students who have not attended our classes, so it will be helpful for them.
So there are many such that you can say that, for example, you can look at a chi-square distribution as also a gamma distribution, right? So it is also
you're telling about the relationship between the various known distributions, right?
Yeah.
That is really important. So I'm focusing because that will. So without knowing that, having that knowledge, you cannot solve that problem completely. Okay, you will be totally blank.
So another example is that you're say from uniform to exponential, right? So
I have given this entire in a video show. So this all this set of so you can really use that idea, okay. So what I have done, Shom, is that I have done beta, gamma, exponential, chi-square, uniform. All the 6 relationships and together, what are the interrelationships? I have done it.
Yeah.
Easier for them to. I think this is the most difficult thing that I have faced because I have also forgotten some of the relationships. It's like a knowledge, right? So you need to know either you know it or don't know it. So I didn't know it. So I sort of, while solving the questions myself, I saw that that is really important. So I am pretty much focusing on that very much. Okay, so please remember that those ideas, and yeah. So yeah, that's what I have to offer. What anything else, show? Any other questions from you guys? It's really, so we don't like speaking to you. Like just give us our questions. Like what do you have in your mind? Otherwise, like it doesn't make really big. Yeah, any specific questions in your mind? Like I wish someone will speak up at least. No questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hi. Can you introduce? Yeah, hi, Shambhavi.
Hello, sir. I want to ask one thing.
Sure.
We have a very short period of time. You can say just 10 days, and if one has to brush up with the means, I have finished the previous year papers, but I don't have a 100% satisfaction. So in this remaining time, one should focus on brushing up the papers many times, or to focus on notes and formulas and those kind of things.
Okay, so I will share my idea, then I can leave the rest of to home. Okay, so what I would have done if I would have the same question, that both are important from my perspective. So what I suggest is that you can go through all the papers, past papers again, and you can see all the corresponding. So the idea is that you have to do a statistics inside the question paper. Okay, so you collect the data of all the type of questions that can come, and you see the pattern of the questions that are coming. Okay, as I've told, for testing hypothesis, 4 type of question comes. Okay, and similarly, you can do it for probability also. For example, which type of what things really come. Okay, once you know the solutions, it's good. So then you can understand, okay, these are the ideas which are really, really important. So then you take down those ideas. So suppose you have forgotten some idea, you take down notes of and make a formula sheet of those ideas that you think are important for solving the questions. So I have tried to make a few notes on that, a few videos on that. So that might help. So that's the thing I can say from my end. Shoham, do you have anything more to say to Shambhavi? Thank you for the question.
Yeah. I think you need to divide your time. As far as I can remember, that in JAM, the percentage of questions in mathematics is basically 40%. I hope, and for statistics it's 60%. So if you can divide your time, the last 10 days, say you keep 3 to 4 days just brushing up concepts in mathematics, real analysis, linear algebra, and the rest, say 4 to 5 days, just you solve probability problems and statistics problems from past year papers and any sources of your convenience, then I think you are more or less ready to go. Okay, and try to give as many mock tests as possible, and try to monitor your weaknesses. Okay, because your strengths will remain as it is, but you need to monitor your weaknesses, as many weaknesses as you can, so that you can address to them before the day of the exam. Okay,
Yeah,
so
perfect. So yeah, I suppose you find a weakness, Shambhavi. What he's trying to say is that maybe you can like understand which concept you are missing. Suppose you know the solution, which concept you are missing, and if you miss that concept, write it down as notes. Okay, so that cheat sheet what Shoham told, I think will be mattering a lot just before 2-3 days before the exam. I'm sure.
yeah, I will suggest that first you try to solve all the papers. Okay, because the standard of the papers is more or less the same down the years. So first try to solve all the papers and see in which areas you are stuck in. You note down those problems, and also the areas. Say for real analysis, you are stuck in a particular problem. You note down that this particular problem came in a particular year, and that is from real analysis. And also try to grasp the concept behind the problem. Okay, so that you can face further problems from that topic. It will help you a lot these last days.
Okay, this
Thank you,
makes a
sir.
lot of sense. Yeah. Shambhavi, is your doubt cleared? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who is there? Yeah, Gauri is asking, is necessary to give mock test in this last days? It's helpful for you guys to give mock tests, but it's like if you have not give mock test, maybe you should give a few. Yeah, so that's the idea. But it's not necessary. But you should do the last year papers, I think. Yep. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Hello.
Hi. How is this? Hi, Ashwin.
Yeah, I just want to ask, is it really necessary to memorize the variance of these F distribution or beta distribution? Because in the past years, I haven't seen that much. Only I think one question from beta. But is it necessary to just memorize all those variances? I mean, the difficult ones.
Shoham, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good to know, but no pressure on that because it's rare that you will encounter those variances. But if you know that, it's good. It's in your artillery for the exam, right? So
yeah. But I will tell you one example. What Shoham told regarding this, that I will tell you, for example, where this can be helpful. For chi-square is really important for you to remember. Okay, it's very easy also, n and 2n. So it will be useful when you are trying to calculate the variance of like sample variance. Okay, in case of normal, because normal summation of sample variance sort of follows chi-square, right? So that will help you out because that variance of, if you do that twice time expectation, it will like totally bother you in calculation. So in that sense, it will really help you because variance of that sample variance will be easier to find then because it follows chi-square. So that will help. And similarly, like I think one such case where I have faced a problem for t distribution, the variance of t distribution, I forgot that example. So or expectation of t distribution, one case, not always. So yeah, it's good to remember, but it's not a really hard and fast rule for you to remember, but remember it for chi-square. Okay. And also one thing I forgot to tell you is that often distributions will be given in form of PDF format. Okay, so you have to recognize it's a PDF of a very well-known distribution of beta or chi-square or gamma. Okay. This is a really important aspect. I think you should do that. So remembering the ideas is really important. Like this PDF format is really important because they will be confusing you by giving the PDF format, and you have to understand, okay, it's for beta, okay, it's for gamma, and correspondingly act it according to it. So it will make your then you will go back to your formula list which I've made, and then you can come back to the results. Yep, I think, yeah. Any other? So Muhammad Murshid is asking, is there any method for hi Shavya? Is there any method or tricks or good method to score good mark in MSQ section? This is a very generic question. Shom, I have no answer for this. Shom, do you have any answer for this?
Well, okay, you need to look at the options carefully. Some options are such that they occur in pairs. Okay, so say A, B, C, D. If you know that A is true, then automatically some other option would be negated. Okay, so you need to see the options carefully. In most questions, only 2 are correct. Okay, so if you correctly choose 2 options, automatically the rest of the 2 options will not be correct. And there are some tricky questions where all 4 are correct. You need to watch out for those because there is no such strategy for those questions. But more or less, the options are related in some way. That if you solve the problem in a particular direction, you can get all the 3 options as a corollary to that, say. So basically, if you proceed in a particular direction, you can solve all the 4.
Okay. Yeah, I will just give one such example that for one such example, I have what Shom told that in one of the questions, it's on my PDF also, that it was asked that it was known that summation of xi is a sufficient statistic. Okay, maybe it's proved. We have proved it for double exponentials. I'm not sure. Summation of mod xi. In that case, once you know that, automatically two other options will be automatically varied because it's just that comma another function. So if it is a sufficient statistics, t comma any other function is also sufficient. Okay, so we can use this idea also. So that's what Shom told. Just to give an example what he meant by that theory. Yeah. It makes sense, a lot of sense. Why I am telling you this, because see, just like you, I have never given IIT JAM exam. Okay, and I also started solving IIT JAM questions just to solve the questions in my classes. So what I did is just the same thing what I'm sharing with you. I just did all the statistics problems in some few classes and I saw the pattern. Hemanta and Shavya knows this. that I just saw the pattern. I told them these are these patterns are coming up. I can see it in front of the question. So that's what I'm suggesting. If you haven't started, just start solving the problems or see the solutions. And see the pattern of the questions and the topics that you have seen. Okay, you have like problems you have seen and doing. So I think it makes sense to write down those ideas in a paper of that what he's calling cheat sheet. Shom is calling, and I think that will be really a good guide for you. And in the last day, I don't pressurize yourself. Just be free. I think. I mean, I don't know what Shom will suggest. He has given the exam. Last day. What?
Basically, the last day we didn't study anything. Okay, so because every more or less you don't need to review all those things in the last day because your brain will be crammed with all the results. So I will say that you keep your preparation up to the second last day, and for the last day you just try to revisit some of the results and have a good night's sleep. That would be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and just chill. Okay. Yep. So just go to the cheat sheet and chill. Yeah. So any other questions from your side? Oh, asking that Fisher information for various distribution.
It's not necessary.
Yeah,
no,
it's
not
a
necessary.
master's topic. But know the definition of how to calculate Fisher information because it will help you to calculate the
Is Fisher
Cramer
information?
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Sir,
हाँ
is
बोलो
Fisher
बोलो.
information is in our course, in our syllabus?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah.
It's not in your syllabus, but personally,
I
I feel
seen
that.
any question right now.
Oh, Cramer or lower bound lage na Shoham?
Yeah, but I don't think that the quiz.
Yeah, bolo Shambhavi. Feel
Example,
free.
there.
Yeah, means Fisher information, वो I theta, that is used in CR lower bound variance in formula. That is वो हमारी syllabus में है. But I am talking about कि sometimes a question asked like find the I have seen a question somewhere that I was not able to solve. Find the Fisher information in a statistic T is equal to x1 minus x2 minus x3. Something it was a kind. Then in that case there was no any other information.
In past paper you have found it?
No, it was
mock test.
No, it was not from JAM paper. It was from there was some other kind of PDF.
Yeah, so that's why I told. I have received many questions from people. Okay, they were out of the box. I'll tell you, they're like conversion probability. It's there, conversion almost surely, and various other stuff is there. But we really didn't even do this in classes. Okay, because they are not really relevant. You will anyway learn this in your masters again. So. Don't do the out of the box topic because it will just confuse you more and more, just more. So this is not in syllabus. That what you told, but what is in syllabus is that is the basics. So make your basics correct. I think yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
One more thing.
Bolo.
Means. Do you people think that if someone has gone over with all the previous year papers twice or thrice with understanding each and every concept, it will be sufficient, or like in these 10 days, or to go some more deep concept? I think
no. You can. It is enough. If you have understood all the concepts from the last year papers, they are more or less they will repeat the pattern of each exam. In the previous years, so no need to worry about that. You don't need to go any deeper in the last 10 days. Okay, it will be a bad idea.
Yeah, I will get more confused. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. Pallavi is asking how to answer different types of sections. I think we have discussed in the video. Okay, Pallavi.
Yeah.
It's a long topic how we have done it. So there are 3 people have answered that. So you can see a live section or live video. Okay, this is done just to understand like. In a bit of depth. Okay, so I think you can see that video. Yeah, we have done that in details how to attempt the question paper. Yes, any other queries, guys? Ninad, Hemant, Shariul, Shayon, just let me read out the names. Arun, Akriti, Abhishek, Chetna, Ashwin, Gauri, Gururaj, Mahima. Hi Mahima, Ninad, Vendrila, Pratusha, Shayon. Shavya, Shubham, Swanand, and Vaishnavi. Any other queries, guys? No queries. So we will end the meeting then. Yep. So okay. So we will end the meeting then. What do you think?
Yeah.
If you have no queries, see, you
more
will
or
missing
less.
out. You will
I have
missing out
two
this opportunity.
questions.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, I was telling one
Yeah,
question, just
for
one question, just one question, Shambhavi. Yeah, I was forgetting
yes.
that. So one question I saw that find the something with the minimum variance or Kramer lower bound. Okay, so in that case, if you know the UMVUE, so that will make sense. So often just don't think in computing that sense, but think of the theorems and how it's related. Kramer lower bound and UMVUE are much more related to each other. Okay, so if you know that one of them are like one of them has the minimum variance, so you can sort of use that. Anyways, it was just an off topic. I just suddenly remember. Anyways, go ahead, Shambhavi. Yeah.
But there are three things that I have to clear. The first thing is related to your topic, that there was a question saying x follows uniform distribution with 0, theta,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to find CR lower bound for theta. And I think this question has come in some paper, not in JAM. So we have to find CR lower bound for theta, and options were as such that on calculating what is the formula, we will get 3 theta square by n. But in option, there was no any option such that theta square by n. One was that CR lower bound doesn't exist, and theta by n, one is theta by n, and two are also such kind of thing, but not right option. So what will be the right answer here? Means CR lower bound doesn't exist. ये होगा कि theta square by n कोई option था ही नहीं वहाँ पे.
No, CR bound obviously exists,
बस
I
यही
think.
doubt.
Shom,
So
what do you
you
think?
need
Why?
to
Because
remember that this
uh,
family is the parameter
regularity
space is
condition
dependent.
is violated here.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
The range is dependent on the parameter here,
range of
right? So
integration is dependent on parameter.
so your parameter space is
will
not
not
an
exist,
open
no?
set, right? Yeah, it will not exist.
Oh yeah, it will not exist. Yep.
Okay. Second thing is we find some special, matlab, I particularly find some difficulties in UMVUE. Means in any kind of in any kind of parameter, you matlab कुछ भी दे देता और find the UMVUE. So कुछ जितने हमने किए हैं उनसे तो कर लेते हैं, but कोई न्यू टाइप का आ जाता है तो वहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है UMVUE में.
Like, what do you mean by new type? Like, show me what are the methods you follow.
Those questions that
Look,
we have
there-
already attempted, like find the UM.
Yeah. Continue.
Go ahead.
Sir, but I was saying that only those questions that we have attempted related to UMVUE, we are able to handle with it. But any new question that arise or that came related to this topic UMVUE, so it caused some difficulty. So how to, is there some easier way?
So UMVE, I think personally, while doing the problems, I felt that UMV it's dependent upon find a function of the corresponding. So there are going to be two types of UMV's problem. Okay, one is very direct. So essentially, you have to find the complete sufficient statistic, and you have to find a function which is complete sufficient function of that, which is really unbiased, and that's the idea. And otherwise, you just do the Rao Black-Polization. Okay, that's the idea. So these are the two things that you can follow. I think I follow these two things, and they are really known UMVUEs, so you can really follow that. What do you think, Shoham?
Yeah, more or less the Lemon-Cephei theorem. It is I think sufficient for JAM problems, because I have seen tons of problems can be solved with that theorem, and otherwise there are some results in UMVE which I have discussed in class. Okay, so there are some results like if say UI is an UMVE of say theta, then a polynomial of that summation AI UI to the power R will be a UMV of that corresponding parameter, summation AI theta I to the power R. And these are some results. Otherwise, I don't think that any other method is necessary for solving. I think Lemon-Cephei is more than enough. Okay.
Yep. So Lehman-Schiffer, you just need to apply Lehman-Schiffer. So many times what is there is that mostly what is confusing is that you are given a function of the parameters, okay? So what you need to find, there are two ideas that you need to find something whose like, as for example, one was there is theta into 1 plus theta in that sense, okay? So you need to find like theta plus theta square in that sense and find individual EM, like that what Shoham told. You can use that idea, and also you can find out, like, for example, one I remember in the last year that it was this indicator of probability of xi greater than something.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
once you find that t, so once you find a like indicator function or a random variable's expectation is that you just condition on the complete sufficient statistic. So these are two methods that you can find. Like one you can, so one is that you know a good estimator of theta, and like and you can make easily play around with the complete sufficient statistic, maybe add linearly and add to some other estimators and find the expectation. So in that case, it will be directly a function of the complete sufficient statistic. In other case, you need to find something really intricate. That's depend upon your, like, that's what is told, that those are tricky questions. So you have to find that corresponding t for whose expectation is that, and condition upon the complete sufficient statistics that you know. So these are the two ways that I usually faced while solving the problem. So I think Shoham will agree with these two. I mean, there's no other methods actually.
Yeah. There is no other method as such.
Yeah. Yep. So Arun is asking that he is not getting any weak law of large numbers to prof. So yeah, I mean that's just application. You just need to know that summation of 1 by n xi converges to that. Okay. So you need to just change correspondingly that random variables. How to use that? That's it. Like how to use that like how to change to that random variables. That's it. I mean that's just the creativity of the problem. Like I mean, just practice problems. That's the only way I can like help you out. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Thank you for the beautiful questions, Shambhavi. And yeah, thank you for opening up your mouth at least. Yeah. So any other questions from you guys? Otherwise, like we'll call it a day.
Sir, where are videos available? Uploaded in YouTube?
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel where some of our videos are uploaded, okay? And also share it in the group. So I don't like, many people may not follow the group. That's quite natural because a lot of things are being. So you can check our YouTube channel. You can search, just go to Chinta Statistics Department YouTube channel, YouTube, and you can search it over there. There are a lot of videos over there. Not a lot, but a few videos which I think are related to exams, past papers and discussions, and yeah, and some questions our student asks. Yep. Any other questions, guys? Okay. Weak law of large numbers, my variance doesn't go to 0. I mean, I didn't get that. That's a different approach, Arun. The variance goes to 0 and the exponent, like it's asymptotically unbiased. It's like another theorem of proving consistency, and weak law of large numbers is a different way of proving consistency. Just calculate the variance of the individual extents and prove it, like just it's a function. It will be that's a limit problem. So thank you guys for your time and all the best to you. And I will like if you just share the question paper with us as soon as possible after giving the exam, so that we can share the solutions with you.
Hi, Srijit, am I audible?
Yeah, hi Sharyul. Hi Sharyul. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm asking, like, is it a good idea to attempt like 2-3 mocks in the last week?
Yeah, sure.
Would you suggest?
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea.
During the last week, or do you think I should wrap the mocks?
Yeah. You can surely do it.
Okay.
You must do it.
That's all.
Yeah. So all the best to you guys, and please do share the question paper, and we will try to give the answer key as soon as possible.
Sir?
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Shambhavi. Yeah. Bolo.
Sir, can we see that previous year papers are complete sufficient statistic for JAM 2021?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, almost surely, I think.
Yeah.
That's a nice
As far
question.
as we have seen already, yeah, it's enough. It's sufficient. I can't say it's minimal sufficient, but it's sufficient.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So what are you studying, Shambhavi? Where are you studying from? Hello,
Sir,
Shambhavi.
I'm from BHU.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so what is the minimum score? I think it's a 60 as we have discussed, so you can do much
Yeah.
more, I believe.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys?
So solving the mocks actually, if sometimes we get some difficult questions, then it is actually lower downing our confidence. So
Yeah, you can just ask in the
should I?
2021 group that it's in the syllabus or not. Someone will answer surely.
Basically, the idea of the mocks is that even if the questions are difficult, you should be prepared in such a way that even in your worst day, you should be within your limits.
No, he's
right?
asking about other mock tests, not ours.
Okay. So this is a general advice that if you are facing difficulty in mocks, then it's quite natural. Okay, and there is no need to feel low about this. It's just training you to prepare for the worst. Okay, so that even if things go wrong in that day, you can still score more or less good scores.
Just keep that attitude and mindset. Okay, I think that makes sense. No, I mean there is no other group. So of course we have a group. No, I don't know. How did you get the link, Shambhavi? I don't know. Like it's in the 2021 group. Like you can just give it over there. And yeah, all the best. And do share the question paper and let us know how it went. Okay, all the best. Thank you. I hope you have no other questions. Yeah, this is the last time we are meeting before IIT.
Sir, can you
Yeah, tell me, Shambhavi.
if you have some results, important results regarding UMVUE or complete sufficiency, particularly regarding UMVUE, can you please
I have shared all the
give your
notes,
email ID?
Yes, I have shared good notes. I don't know, good notes according to other people on complete sufficiency. And the thing what I shared, I forgot. Other thing what I shared.
UMVUE.
No, not UMVUE. I have shared. Other I shared correction.
Consistency, sufficiency,
and consistency. Yeah, consistency. Yeah. So I've shared 2 notes. Didn't you get in the group?
Yeah. That was very helpful. I found it very helpful.
Okay, so I will again. Can you share it in the groups, guys? Again, someone please share. Shavya, can you share it, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so okay, you can share it in the group, and I think it will be helpful for you. I will see. My college is going on. Okay, thank you for your time. Any other thing you want to say, Shoham?
Oh, best of luck, everyone.
Yeah, all the best.
I really think you all will do good on the exam.
I also feel so.
Yeah.
All the best, guys, and yep. So keep doing great statistics and mathematics. That's all.